So this is the extended version of the gradebook, and this one is incredibly useful. It has the standards up here, like the call number, and then it has the standard written out, and I find that to be really helpful just so I can clarify myself as I'm grading. I don't have to, look it up online or double check anywhere else. It's all right there, and I find that really helpful. It's got 5 columns per standard, and this is one of the benefits of it. I noticed previous to using these gradebooks, I would write all of my assignments in my gradebook, and then when it came to report cards, if it was really standards based, it would be hard for me to look in my gradebook and pull out which assignment went to which standard. And so this really helps me hone in on it and focus on it. So when I'm grading an assignment, I can write it in under that standard and it's good to go. It's already organized. I don't have to go through my go through my gradebook and look for assignments that fit that standard. I can see them already laid out. So what I like to do is I typically will write 4 assignments here, 4 different assignments, and I will add in the page number, the title, maybe a little bit more specific of what story it went with, just anything that will help me remember what assignment that was, and then I'll write the date here so I can remember that as well. So these ones I'll typically use for assignments. The 5th one, I like to put tests here just so I can see, especially like a comprehensive test after I'm done teaching that standard, I like to see how they did overall. I find that also using the date marks help me just to see how they're progressing, so I can see if their scores here have gotten better over time, so that's super helpful. If I have a assignment that maybe covered 2 different standards, I will write it in here and I'll write it in the other standard that it went with if it's hard to pull out the scores for that. If I have an assignment that maybe had 5 questions related to this standard and 5 questions related to this standard, then I try to separate them as best as possible just so I know exclusively that this score went along with this standard and the other score went along with this standard. This one's super helpful. I also like to look at it and see maybe standards that I have taught or assessed or assigned a lot of, and then standards where I just really haven't done a lot and I need to maybe do more. So it just helps me visualize where my data is and where I need to maybe fill in some holes, get some more evidence, that type of thing. So I really like that. Both the condensed version and the extended version have options in the back of them for you to add in other things that you'd like to keep in your gradebook. So let me show you that real fast. Because the extended version has so many more columns, it definitely covers more pages than the condensed version, so you'll see that as I'm scrolling. Right here, this is completely blank for you to edit and add in whatever you'd like to, so that's super helpful. Maybe you have like writing pieces and you wanted to give a score for their rough draft and a score for their final draft. That's something you can add here and to see that they've progressed in it, so I like that option as well. Another thing I'll do using these gradebook pages with the extended version is I like to average out the kiddos' assignments just to see how they're doing. So depending on how you're grading or how your report card data is derived, you can take like these 3 assignments, average them out, and then write them in the next column. And that's super helpful just to have it all laid out. It gives you a lot of space to do like your thinking. Like you can write things out, you can manipulate things, and it's all organized right there. So I like that option for this extended version as well.